That's forward, number 6, Julius Irving.
Folks, Julius Irving.
Thank you. Mayor Nutter, Mr. Snyder, gentlemen, lady, Philadelphia. Tell you what, it really feels good to be back here. It's a little overcast because I guess it's a sad day, because the memories are going to be taken away. But time marches on, and this is all about progress. And memories are forever if they're done right. And I think there were a lot of memories that were done the right way inside the spectrum from 1967 to 2009. I'm really happy to be here to play a small role in the demolition ceremony, but I feel as though my contributions to the memories during the 11 years that I played in this spectrum were anything but small. Hopefully. I have a really good friend who lives here in Philadelphia, who's one of my son's godfather. His name is L.T. Brinkley. And it comes to mind something that he said to me a couple of years ago. He said, you know what the dash is? I remember there used to be a car that was called the Dash. And there used to be a race that was called the Dash. So I gave him a couple of definitions that just came from my mind, from my heart. And he said, no, he said, this one is the line that they put on the tombstone. Because they put your birth date and then your death date, and then in between there's a line. He said, that's the dash. He said, that's one of the most important things for you to dwell on and make sure that your dash is filled with all the things that you had the potential to do and the ability to do. So it was good food for thought. And as I looked at my career in the NBA, which was played all with the Philadelphia 76ers, there's a dash associated with that. 1976-77 season to 1986-87. And everything that happened in between is what the dash was all about. And as I look around and think about the platform that I'm on, and I see, to be politically correct, I don't see old people, but I see older people, including myself. And in thinking about when I first came here to Philadelphia at age 26, I probably was not as politically correct because I would refer to senior people as old people. So just as a reminder today of your takeaways, be kinder, be gentler, and be politically correct when you see people like me walking around on the back nine of life. Just refer to us as older people. But back to the dash, because it started in a flurry. My welcome to Philadelphia was great. I only had 5 minutes of practice with the team. And then I was thrown into the first game, and fortunately it was against the San Antonio Spurs, a team that I was intimately familiar with because I played against them 7 times a year back in the ABA. So I had a decent game, but I remember missing a lot of free throws. But more significant as a memory before the game I remember there was a fan who, once the teams were introduced, who ran out towards me, and he had a bag in his hand. And it was I didn't recognize it as a doctor's bag, but that's what it was. And I just saw this guy running towards me with the bag, and he was kind of a frenzied, almost crazy-looking guy who was the Sixers' greatest fan, as you know, Steve Soms, who's no longer with us. But he put that bag, he tried to put it in my hand, and of course, I wasn't taking it. And then I kind of got the nod of approval from the other people around me, and they said, "Oh, he's okay." So, that was one of the punctuation points in my welcome to Philadelphia. And that first season, there were a lot of memories created, because if you remember that team, that was a team that went all the way to the finals in the first year. It was a team that featured World B. Free as a second-year man. And lots of times when I, as an older person, lay my head down and just nod off and allow myself to reflect back on the past and some of the basketball memories, I can still see World B. Free, who I used to call Shorty Cool, because he was short. He was one of our shorter guys, and he was cool. And he used to be a good chauffeur when we'd go back to New York together, right? But he said, "I owe him gas money." But I can remember him in 1977, after the first round of the playoffs, in which the 76ers knocked off the defending champion Boston Celtics. 7 games, and Coach Doug Collins was there. Shorty Cool was there, dribbling out the clock like Marcus Haynes at the end of the game. And as I reflect back on that memory, and as I stand here and I think of that happening in that building, it brings me a great deal of pleasure. And it also reconnects me with the Spectrum and with Philadelphia, because I do consider Philadelphia my home.